Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today is probably going to be like sort of a quicker video. I've got an idea for the antique journal and I was going to show you how I'm covering some of the pages. And we're going to get in here and look at our sneaky peek. And, oh, it is the page with all the large photos on it. Yeah, this is my grandparents' right here. That's Rhoda, who I'm named for, and Cleve. And this is all my aunts and uncles. And then this is my great-grandparents, who are her parents, Fred and Polly Salmons. This was taken, I think, about in 1924, because this is baby Howard. And he looks like he could be a walking age, and he was born in 1923. So that's how I dated this. This is the old X-shaped house that was just, I heard that it was just one room, like a one-room building, and then they built the four rooms on each side, so it was X-shaped like this. And yeah, it was really interesting. My grandfather, he was a miner, so he slept in this inside room where it was completely dark because he worked at night and he had to sleep in the day. And this was a porch that went all the way around the house, and Grandma used to can and crock things a lot. There was like big barrels, those big tall barrels that used to carry corn and other things that used to sit around on the porch here. All right, well, I don't know what I've got here. A charcoal sketch. Oh, I said draw a sketch. I haven't done that yet. The story up here, get some stuff out of the way. It's the old home place behind them was the only residence they lived in once they married in 1909. And then I said about him sleeping in the middle room. And it was said the other rooms were sleeping areas for the kids and a kitchen. And she used to store barrels of pickled and canned foods, the porch was. And then I said Cleve talked Rhoda into going to Bath County where her brother lived. And let's see, Dinwiddie and Cleve wanted to get out of the mines. Cleve liked the work so much that he was said to secretly have went back over to Stone Cold Creek and burned down this house. She was very sad and never knew that Cleve was not allowing for them to move back. And I have something in here, and I don't know what it is. I said pull here. What in the world? Can I get it out anymore? One side's coming out, and the other side's not. So what is this? Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. All right, I got an email from Helen Ketchum Matthews. Their family lived on the creek as well, and they were related to us. Here is the text of message on the back of the picture of the Salmons group. Now, she had a photo that was in the family that was its exact photo. And she said, I can just see her writing this. And I think it was... she said, my mother never told me about this picture. I wish I had pressed her for information. But on the back of her photo, it had Mary E. Salmons, 29th of February, 1925. And I think Mary E. Salmons, Aunt Elizabeth sent this. So I guess she sent it to her mother or something, because she was through the Salmons section of the family, which was her maiden name. And my Aunt Elizabeth, who was her, sent it to her. And she said, Dear cousin, I'm writing a few lines to let you know how we all are. We are as well as common, and hope you are the same. I wish I could see you and your husband. I'm going to school today, and I'm in a hurry to go to the office. sending all of the family's picture and Grandma and Grandpa. So you must not get scared at this picture. This is all of the family. I guess I had better clothes for this time, so be good. And that was to Dilla and her husband. And I'm not I can't remember why it had Mary E. Salmons on there. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Alright, so I'll put that back in later. And on the other side over here, and as you can see, the grandparents moved from one photo taken to another. Of course, this was picture taken Dee's work. And over here, as you can see, this was James Harrison Salmons and his wife Ida Bell. And this is Fred and Polly again. And it looks like they got the same exact clothes on. He's got his shirt buttoned here, and over here it's open. But it looks like the same exact things. I'm sure back then they didn't have that many different clothing, you know. And then my cousin Carolyn said that she heard that they had took this picture because they thought they might die in the flu epidemic. And then this is Polly, and that's George Washington. And then this is my grandmother's brother. They even had the dog in the photo. And this little girl was Effie, and she had died not long after this, I believe. Let's see. Sitting, yeah. It is common that you usually don't see smiles on these old photos because having to hold still for the negative to cure for at least a full minute. But there is another reason for the long faces in this photo. Baby Effie Florence had just died. Oh, this wasn't her. This was Janie. But she had just died 30th of November 1924 of measles, 8 days shy of her 4th birthday, at their home there on Stone Cold. And we just went and visited her grave the last time I was over there, which was really interesting. Of course, her dad had made her stone for her. He was really good at making the tombstones. All right, let's put this away. Let me get to showing you what we're going to work on. And first things first, I've got all these little squares up here of all of these colored papers. These are scraps that I had. I got them all kind of piled up because the way I'm creating this, I need to have the different colors, you know, all in a row so I know what I'm working with. But so I just took these scraps, and this is that thinner paper, so I had to double. But this is a punch that I got long ago. It's a 24 millimeter. I don't know exactly the size exactly, except for what it says there on the side. Oh, I want to thank everyone for coming to visit and seeing what we're going to do today. Oop. But we're going to be punching out, and I'm going to put them in the piles that they go to. This is kind of fun, so I'm probably going to sit here the rest of the afternoon and do this. Of course, it snowed on us again. It's not very heavy out there on the ground, but it's still snowing. It's just been gently snowing all day long. Well, what I'm creating here, and that's all I had to do for there, is a quilt. So I have already done this side, and I had just a little bit of room up here at the top that I didn't get to work on, but I'm going to get over here and start on this side and kind of show you how I started it. So if you look at my pattern I was going by, it's sort of just like it goes in a diagonal. I used the same paper in a diagonal on each one of the pieces going up. And it's sort of reminiscent of like a, we call it round the world quilt. So if I almost did that, and I may do that on this side, so it's a different quilt. So you would start with one color in the middle, and then you would go and see, let's see what I got here. I'm trying to figure out which color I have that I don't have that much of. So let's just go with this one. And I get me a piece of paper here and my glue stick. And I probably ought to actually measure this to see where I need to be on this one. So if I start here, let me go across with a few. So I kind of know where the middle is at. Which one would I be considering the middle? I'm just going to put it right here and not worry about it. I don't think I'm going to get a dead center because I didn't on this one. So this is my mono glue stick, my Tombow glue that I got at Michael's. And I'm loving it because this one actually stays down. I put this down earlier and they're all still staying down for me, which is wonderful. Now you just want to get on here and try to get it as straight as possible. And when you're doing an around the world quilt, you want to actually go in like a plus sign at first, and then you'll be going and filling in the two corners. So let me see. Now this one could just be considered just, you know, kind of a crazy quilt, I guess you could call it. But I got to thinking that a quilt, you know, I didn't have anything to do with quilts, and they're antiques. And I thought those would work out really good here. And especially for these pages, I picked out a few more pages to go on what I've already got. And they will work in with the theme. Okay, I'm kind of not with it today, guys. I'm sitting here, don't even know if this will get out on the same day I post it or film it. That's just the way I am today. All right, so this is the part you start with. Now is where you'll go around, and I think I'll pick this one with the pretty pinks and stuff. These were just, like I said, scraps that I had left over from working in the past with other things. And I just thought they would be pretty colors for in here. I sort of got the same color scheme going. I've got the teals and the greens and the pinks and that kind of stuff. But you'll just hold consistent with how you're going to do your laying down. So we're going to get the four corners set here. And then I'm going to show you. You're going to come back in. Oh, I'm trying to pick this back up. You're going to come back in and put this same pattern on the next layer. It's always fun to do quilts. I may have to piddle around and make different ones here. So here is where you'll put that. And if I run out, I can always cut up another one to fill in another diamond, because that's basically what you've got going here, is like a diamond pattern. And then that one will go down to this page, or this line, and then this will go to the next line. Okay, like right here. So, and then you just keep going. Like now I'll pick another color and come around and fill in that diamond. And then you just keep going. You can make it in different colors if you wanted to do like an ombre kind of a look. You could start with a dark and go out and make it lighter, or vice versa. But these are really fun quilts to make. I've made those in the past. And I'm going to scooch everything back up here because we're going to finish doing what we need to with this one here. I want to kind of show you. I thought it would be kind of cutesy if I made it look like it was on a clothesline. So I have this center fold right here, and here's what I'm putting it on. It just has the one side with something on it, and it's making it almost like a regular weight type of paper. As you can see, it's a very thin paper, so I picked this out, and what we're going to do is we're going to run our glue stick kind of down this center, and I'm going to put some of it down, and this is going to strengthen this piece. This is one of those that's got paper on the back side of it, so I'm going to kind of tuck it up in here, and then I'm going to peel this off and start pulling it down. Okay, I'm actually going to put something over top of this so you won't really see the pattern. So if you needed to use something else, you can. I've got a couple of pieces of cut off from when I was cutting the book up, the Stamperia pages, and I'll show you. So I'm going to trim that, and then we're going to trim this. There. A little bit of that glue sunk out from underneath. Okay, so we also have this. This is what I meant. This is going to kind of actually go over here on the side. I do need to probably cut it down a little bit, and then I'll ink the sides. Alright, and the reason I started up so far here is probably because I'm going to add a pocket. Now I'm going to pick out my speckled egg, Distress Oxide, and we're going to go in here, and I have a little strip up here that didn't get any of the papers, and the reason reason I stopped is because I thought I would make this look like it was hanging on the line outside. Like you're drying your quilt after you washed it out in the breeze, you know, in the days when we had no dryers and things like that. Okay. And I've got this stamp pad, and I think I got it at Hobby Lobby as well. I believe that's where I got it. Momenta. Could it be I got it at Michael's? It was a while back. So anyway, I like this here where it looks like I thought I would do something with straight dots, like a thread going through it. But then I thought, well, no, let's just go with this one. And this is sort of a quilting kind of a little stamp anyhow. So let's put that on here, and I'm going to use the line at the back to try to make sure I get this as straight as possible. Did I get it? No. Maybe I'll put it on this side, closer to it. Okay. Because we want to try to go and see about putting this down. Now I chose a brown potting soil that I thought I would use. I don't want black, it's too bold. And we're going to see about what we got here. Ugh, got a mess up right there, but that's okay. Because I'm thinking about going across the whole thing, but then I'm wondering if I really want to even bother. Maybe I'll just go up and down. That's probably the easier way to go. So let's do that. See how it works. If they don't show up as much, that's okay. But we'll start up here at the top and come down. Like that. Now, wiggle it just a little bit. Oh, yeah. That worked. I think we'll just kind of hit it like that all the way down. Kind of gives you the impression that it's been sewn together. Okay. I wish it was a little longer, but beggars can't be choosers. All right. There. Now, I'm going to slide it down, and we're going to work down to the base. I'm just going to line it up and keep going. Okay, I've got all of those done, all the way down to the base, and I'm not going to worry about going across. Maybe I'll do that on the next one. But I inked up one of the sides here. But the inside I didn't bother to ink up because I don't think you're going to see it. It's going to be down into the spine. So I'm just going to put me some glue. This is one of those strips that went all the way down. And we're going to do it just about like that. Just have to make sure we stay on the inside of our crease. This is actually would be folded just like this. Let's make sure we're staying right where we need to be before this dries. Okay. Yep. Just about right where I need it to be. Oh. Alright. I think I need to trim a little bit off at the top. And then I'm going to show you this. Now I'm going to make a pocket. I've got these. Where did that other one go? I've got these that came on gifts or something, and I kept them. And I don't even know where you can get those anymore, but I want to make a pocket here. And I've got this piece of vellum, and I'm going to put it down here, right at the bottom. And I liked it because you could see through it to the work that, I put underneath of it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put us some glue on here and go across to make a tiny pocket for something. Maybe one of the journal cards from the kit. Who knows? But we're going to go right down along the base like that. And then I have a piece of lace. It's just one of my scrap laces. But I thought, since it's got to do with old historical and antique-y things, why not put something like that on there? And I may be doing that elsewhere in the journal. So I'm going to put a little bit of my fabric tack on here, because that's what this will stick to the best. Let me see. I just need it to be about right in here. There we go. There. And then I'm just going to put it down right there. I'm going to get my spatula here with the silicone on it so I can tap it down. And there's a tad bit of shininess underneath. I didn't get the glue over far enough either. So if you're able to, you can get in here with a scrap and dab at it. And sometimes that will get that extra bit of shine from actually showing. Okay, I need a little bit more glue down at this end as well. Okay. There we go. And I've also got a little bit of this cord that I think I'm going to put up here at the top. Or am I? I don't know that I am. This is going to be the clothesline, though, that goes up at the top. So let's go ahead and put this down. And that's what's going to cover this raw edge of the quilt. And then I'll show you the little cutesy that I'm going to put up here at the top to hold this shut. Whoa. Hoping I didn't put too much on there. But we're just going to put this right up here. And pull that right across like it's hanging on that line. I'm going to dab at it just a bit because I did get a little bit too much in spots. But this dries really fast, so I won't have to worry too much about that. There. Okay, so on the bottom here, I cut out the little teddy bear and the hat boxes, and I had this from something else that I cut out. I just wanted a little pop of shine on here. So we're just going to put this down about right here. And I'm not going to get too close to the top because that's still kind of open. So we're just going to do something like that. Right? Yeah, something like that. And then we're going to get our teddy bear. And we're going to put him down with fabric tack as well. Oop, I may have went too high. I didn't think about this one. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I went a little too high on that one. But how I'm going to fix that is I'm going to cut me a little piece of this with this just kind of wrapping that came in one of my items, and I'm going to stick that in there. So if that actually goes up above, it won't stick. So we're going to do like that. And if it sticks to that plastic, I can probably rip it right off. Okay, so we have that. And then in this metallic sticker book, I got this from, I think it was Hobby Lobby as well. I keep saying that word today, don't I? It says, own your dreams. And I'm thinking, that goes right along with going to bed with your teddy bear and your favorite quilt. And we're going to have own your dreams down here, kind of like right under his foot. There we go. Make sure I get it straight. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is to finish it is I've got a clip that looks like a clothes hanger. And we're going to cut that out. Alright, when I first started out, I bought a bunch of little things from the Fun Stamper's Journey. And this is Spellbinders. So my die cut machine is actually Spellbinders. I got this and I've used it in several projects in the past. But you have where you've got the mittens. It'll cut out a heart, and if you didn't want the heart there, you cut out these little stars and put them over top. You can either do like a ribbed cuff on it, or you can do like a fluffy cuff, and then this was the tie that ties the two together. And then you have a little clothespin, and I just had to have it because of the clothespin. I couldn't believe it. So I've got this scrap of paper that is mostly tea dye, coffee dye. So I'm just going to stick this in here. And we're going to cut a couple of those out. And I'm going to hang it, my quilt with it. Okay. I don't know what I ever did without this little Sizzix cutter, and I've had it, and I always wanted one, but I never could get one on the sales online shopping network or whatever it was. They always had it on sale, and then it always sold out, and I never got one. So I just bought one. I think I got it on Amazon. About the same price, too. Alright, I gotta punch that one out. And then, I think that's all I need. Maybe we'll do 3. Yeah, usually you would use 3. So let me just punch that. And go for a 3rd one. Okay, I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll see. Because this is some really thin paper. And I'm thinking I would go over it just about like that. So all we got to do is glue the top and the bottom. And the middle kind of holds itself on there. It's kind of at a side angle, but you kind of got the idea that it's clothespins, right? It's a little on the light side. Oh well, this was just an experiment. You know me, I'm always trying things out. Trying to remember what I had in my stash that would go with each other. And I thought, I could use up some scrap and make something cute that goes right along with the theme. All right. There we go. And I want to thank all my subscribers and viewers for stopping by to visit. I hope you saw some goodies that you like to do. I mean, having a punch that will punch out those squares is your best thing all around, because they're uniform, but they don't always have to be. You can cut out some with quilt, the rotary blades, and a quilt ruler, and there's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can do it with a X-Acto knife and a ruler. So yeah, or just scissors, whatever you might have on hand to make up some squares. And then, like I said, you just kind of play around with it. And I thought, well, you know, the lace goes along with this, so I've got a lot of scrap lace as well. I got a little bit of fabric tack on here because it took the color off of that, but that's okay. All right, I hope everybody enjoyed this and got to see a little bit of something different today. It wasn't like collage, so I hope I didn't make you look like you were watching paint dry. So everybody, take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.